What y'all know about a supermodel in a magazine? Buy my own bottle. Oh shit, I'm recording again. Hey, Android Ari, and I wanted to do a breakdown of two diss tracks that have come out in recent times. As everyone's already aware of, Nerve Control came out, and there's been a lot of conversation about it. So much so that Mari, the menace himself, has come out of the woodworks to discuss it, making a very definitive claim towards people who are judging nerdcore music. And I think it's kind of fascinating. Of course, there was a response by the person it was primarily about, that being Screwface Sean, and I want to discuss both of these diss tracks separately, and then I'm going to tell you guys who I believe won at the end. Sound good? Alright, for sure.
Give you a bar, you gave him a verse. How much are you worth? Let that sink in for a second. Jamar, you know that I'm better than you. That's why you keep begging for verses. To tell you the truth, it's not worth a thing if nobody makes it for certain.
Opening a lot, because during the whole Nerve Control situation, there were a lot of people that were dissing Mari who never spoke on Mari until the situation, using it as an opportunity to basically diss him when, from far as I'm concerned, Mari has said nothing about them, which is a bit weird. Putting it in stone that Jamar Rose didn't really do anything with that control verse, considering that most people still consider Mari to be better, and it's pretty hard for even Jamar to debate that Mari isn't better than him. Also,
I never with purpose. A message that you niggas threw aside. 3 fans just hit my phone last week, said I saved them from suicide.
Also pointing out how even with the music he makes currently, sure, regardless of what you think of it, it's doing something for other people's mental health, and I don't think that's anything you can take away from Mari. So congrats him on that.
Rap is not real rap. Who let you decide, Screw? Internet beef is a serious battle. This a new surprise too.
We get to the biggest bomb drop in the entire song, where he asks Screw, who let you decide what is and isn't rap? It's becoming very exhausting for a lot of people within this community to continuously defend that what they make is music at the end of the day. Now, granted, I can see the argument being made that, hey, is this functionally enjoyable without the anime aesthetic to it? And I can see there being an argument made for that, but ultimately, some of the most notable and recognizable artists do just that. Sure, there are anime references in the music, but what elevates it is their talent. The most recognizable faces are an example and prime evidence of that. People don't say, wow, Mari is really good because I like him mentioning Naruto, Asa, Demon Slayer, or any other anime characters. It's just the bars. Literally, you can look into any sort of comment section and people are pointing out how insanely good of a rapper he is.
Everybody making little response. Who got a problem with you? Who the fuck bothering you? Nobody talking to you. I bet all they talking to me. Why? Cause I'm the topic of heat. When you borrow your songs, the fans will comment you talking, they got it from me. Hashtag Mari.
It's the part of the song I think most people missed out on, and what resulted in Screwface calling this a bipolar response, because in essence, Mari is calling people out. But people are saying, how can you call people out and then say you don't have a problem with them? Well, that's the issue is, Mari was actually called out by name. A lot of the people that are currently making a lot of Nerve Control verses weren't called out at all. In fact, are just using the circumstances as a way to get their name out. Which, fine, I don't have any reservations for that. But if you're going to state that you're using it for an opportunity like that, it is a fictitious reason and is more self-motivated than any sort of personal vendetta you have with anybody involved with this situation.
That's what gets up y'all respect, and I don't need that damn. I told y'all run me my respect. Hell nah, just keep it down. I am not one of these niggas throwing cheap dishes trying to chase a trend. I'm the type of nigga hop up on the beat, even say fuck the fans.
Says, I'm the type of nigga to jump on the beat and say fuck the fans. If the fans want me to just be fake mad about something for the sake of popularity and views, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to pretend as though I have a problem with someone if I genuinely don't have a problem with them. That's what Mari is getting at, and I feel like this is what was misunderstood by a lot of people.
Why y'all mad? Why would it bother me? When I see niggas, they always lose that animosity. You niggas lamed in a bitch, you hyping half-rating disses for the entertainment. I grew up on deep side shit, and they used to hate niggas for the instigation. P told me I'm not built for this internet shit, that nigga was right. Niggas talking about rap, nigga, bet your pen, nigga, bet your life.
Crazy about somebody is absolutely a good reason to say the internet stuff is not okay. Some people could write an entire diss verse, talk about how I'll show up at your house with the 40K, hit him with the 38. But in actuality, they wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight, and yet they're writing insane shit about how they're going to bury you like Kurapika. It's kind of insane how the internet has motivated people to say the most insane shit for clout. I remember something similar happening in the YouTube rap scene, where there were so many rappers just shitting on Dax during the YouTube cypher, despite none of them ever interacting with Scru. I mean, not interacting with Scru, interacting with Dax, and having no justifiable reason to be upset or dislike Dax, which was so fucking goofy to me.
Sorry God, knowing that I'm flawed, trying to get my message right. Niggas never stepped a second in their life saying you ain't stepping right.
People who speak with a level of authority about how you should operate and dictate to yourself about how you should move, while the situation at hand holds no consequences for them for the foreseeable future, and that is pretty absurd when you look at it like that. This is straight up to the idea that anyone is obligated.
And Instagram, you little niggas can earn brownie points. Each point worth a single bar, and you can work y'all punk asses way up to a 16.
Or entitled to someone's time. It's just absurd. Again, I don't think I need to reiterate anything I said in my last video. You can go ahead and check that out if you want to know my opinions on this part. But suffice it to say, I think it's fine for Mari to talk about, hey, if you really are that adamant about me jumping on a song, show me that I'm worth your time. Simple.
Name ain't Dizzy, a mix and you drop the response. You are a fraud. I really thought about this shit while you niggas is dissing for clicks and applause. I beef with niggas who real life shot at me, not in the song. True. Screwface Sean, do not react to my songs. You are a con.
This is why I feel as though there's a bit of a misalignment. To Screw, what it means to be a rapper is someone who's willing to put that pen game up against any rapper and show their lyrical ability. What's the point of saying you're the best if you're not willing to put it to test at any time? And I can understand that. However, Mari's just saying you're a fraud because you're out here instigating, and he doesn't like being instigated. He doesn't like people pushing him to like respond to something and saying that, oh, you've lost some respect if you don't feel obligated to respond. Like, then I don't need respect, dude. You know how I move. I see these people moving, and I think that they're moving for clout, views, and retention. And for me, that shit is whack. That's not about quality. That's not about the music. That's what I'm here for at the end of the day. And if you're getting attention off of sensationalism, spectacle, that is not going to last long. And anyone who made a song off this nerd control shit, I sincerely hope that you genuinely work towards your craft, because some of y'all had some pretty mediocre control verses. So, with all that out of the way, let's go talk about Screwface Sean. Yes, Screwface Sean decided to release a response track to what Mari made called Marideader. Terrible name, but we're still going to give this an earnest shake. Hey.
With me, call Chris Hands. Tired of all these lies, how you sliding and clutching knives when Zimmerman's still alive and he's hiding where you reside. You's a bitch.
This is actually the first punch, I would say, and it's about George Zimmerman still being alive. Didn't you go out there and visit Peso Pete? I didn't see you kill anybody. You've been beefed with multiple people, and none of those people ended up dead. Seems like a weird, fictitious standard we're applying here, but I'll let you eat. So far, the rapping's pretty good. It's entertaining, but there's nothing substantive yet. Oh.
Like Johnson ever thinking zero from hoes was gonna rise. Talking about, hey Screwface, who made you decide? You did, you fucking goofus. My opinion made you cry, so why would you say my opinion doesn't matter? If after I give my opinion, you get madder.
Being one of the biggest voices instigating a lot of drama amongst other people isn't the same as saying you didn't decide what isn't and isn't rap. These are entirely two different arguments. What are you even talking about here? Out of your quote tweeting currently, their opinion matters? I don't think this is the line of logic you want to go down. Just because you gave someone a response doesn't mean you think their opinion matters. You're still going to make the music you want to. The same with Mari. He's going to make the music he wants to. But he wants to put it out there to the ether that you guys shouldn't let people influence what you consider to be true rap. And I think that's fair. I still think this verse is missing something, but hopefully it gets better.
Said I'm not a rapper, he's a cap, but that was sly because I could hit the road and do some shows, the fans got me, and I could drop some music videos and they go watch me, but your shit don't get a click without a picture of Kakashi. I'm sorry for thinking that niggas that slide on every record would at least slide for their pride when their ass is getting mentioned.
I don't think Mari's dumb enough to claim that you're not a rapper, but I mean, he's done collabs with you on your very channel, so I'm pretty sure he was referring to you when he said that. I think it's more about how people not involved are trying to tell people how they should operate when it comes to a beef of this nature. But again, when it comes to the credibility in your music, you do have shows. You can perform shows. You can drop solo tracks in music, and you could do that solo without relying on anime rap. You have delved into the scene. You have collaborated with a lot of people within the scene because you respect the talent in there. I mean, sure, you could argue that, oh, these people don't get views unless they got a picture of Kakashi, but you can't deny the talent. You collaborate with multiple people from that place solely on your worldwide cipher. And with all that being stated, sure, Mari has nowhere near the audience you do, but you should take into account that you've been doing this far longer than he has. And I would say, I would at least give the respect that with somebody who has been doing it less time than you, and to be this good at the pen game, I give him credit for it. I mean, he provoked you into responding, so I do believe that you respect him that way at the very least, which is why you haven't said anything about his penmanship.
And I ain't talking drive-bys, I mean literally drive-by, cause you ain't with the crime time. You niggas got a hive mind. Wait for the popular opinion, then you go and hide behind.
I have to jump, leap, and frog hop every time someone mentions your name. Some people are just not worth your time, which is why a lot of people who are bigger decided to make this whole nerd control thing a joke.
Make the garage, I feel like Big Mom, I'm getting Mac A. I feel like Buggy, I'ma keep clowning. Did what I had to, treat you like Deathmatch 2, track 2 is too easy. Step in my domain, I'll do you so greasy. Do you like A$AP Rocky, slipping on semen?
What the fuck?
Jamar didn't bring forth his best, and to most people it just seemed kind of clickbaitish and more clout oriented, if anything. Some people had that perception of it. Some people felt as though Jamar made a lot of arguments that were kind of obvious to most people. Some people felt like he was venting some sort of vendetta or like issue he had with Dizzy 8 about a verse. The whole thing was completely unfocused and wasn't truly about competition. At least there was so much conflicting information about it that made it not about competition. So again, there's some things that are just not worth responding to. I think the bigger message about what he was talking about was how many people were willing to sell a smidgen of their credibility just for a little bit of clout. I think that's more important. B. This is a diss to all the other people in the audience, but I don't think Mari waited for anybody else's opinion. In fact, most of the biggest artists within the community were shocked that Mari said what he said. He spoke his mind. I don't think he waited for the popular opinion. You don't wait for the popular opinion either. You both spoke your minds on the situation. I respect you guys for doing that. I just want to
know why you really mad? Stop it. You mad cause you dropped them songs and they ain't popping. You tried so hard, but Jamal's still the topic. Then you said fuck the fans like it's their fault that you flopping. But what's really ironic and really sad to see is your biggest song in weeks got you mentioning me.
I mentioned that MariBetter, viewership-wise, has done better than Jamal Rose's Nerd Control. So if we're talking about viewership, Mari certainly does have it. I don't know if you didn't do your research before you said that, but you're objectively wrong. Screw.
I know how to show you don't care about my opinion. Stop acting like bitches after I give it.
I'm gonna bitch.
It in a language that you understand, dude. I'm Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, cause you's a basic.
I hope again this is not directed towards Mari, because Mari is probably one of the most insane rappers in nerdcore to do this, and just extenuating outside of that, he's a good rapper. I mean, do I need to play the montage? I'm gonna do it.
I got to get me 9-5 Ty. We gotta get the Bash Brothers on there. Gotta get me Rustage. Feel me? We gonna go dumb with it. We gonna go dumb with it. But you nigga said poke him with the stick. This is not a toothpick. He said that. No, he actually said that. I'm breaking all this down. Okay, just making sure you know.
First, the way I do these verses, bitch, I steam different. Got this red dot like my name Itachi. My right hand really see different.
What? Got this. My right hand really sees. Oh my God.
Right hand really see dip. Popping off like a Little League ready if somebody swing, I'm really to the T with it.
I'm a con or you a con. How a con called Screw a con. Matter of fact, you couldn't pack a show unless you do a con. Your movement ain't moving, make some moves cause niggas moving on. This big machine ain't send your ass to space, I call it Unicron.
That was actually a really good closing line. Alright, you guys probably already know who won already, at least by my opinion. I think Mari did. I honestly believe that Screwface missed out a lot of the points that Mari was making. He doesn't make better points here. He just kind of goes, oh, you guys are mad at my opinion. No, we're not mad about your opinion. We just disagree with it. I think whenever somebody is very opinionated, they always point to the idea that someone's offended that they give their opinion. You're opinionated just like everyone else here in this music industry or this subsection of a community is in fact opinion. I'm opinionated. I'm currently giving you my fucking opinion. Yeah, so I don't know how to end this video. Didn't expect to make another one so soon, but yeah, I think Mari's video is better and I think it has a more significant argument and just a point overall. Well, if we're making music, make music then. Don't chase views, chase quality, and chase a fervent audience that desires to see what you're going to drop next. With all that out of the way, I'll check in with y'all later. Deuces.